Welcome to the Wayward Widow. Let's see, where do I clip? I try to clip lower with the microphone because when I drink my coffee, I'm just noisy when I swallow. Even drives me crazy. We're going to talk about something. Taking the glasses off. I have too much glare. So, all right. Got the coffee, got the dragon mug, and I've got cafe mocha, and I've got peppermint mocha today. So we'll see how it is. And I have the Cool Whip, the extra creamy in the can, but I have the generic version. I'm telling you, it's as good as the cold foam, and it's a lot cheaper, way cheaper. Okay, I want to talk about today's the 18th. We just have like this many days till autumn starts. The leaves here are changing rapidly, and I'm all in both feet for it. Oh my God, that's so good. This is like heaven. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about what I was talking about yesterday with boundaries and kind of like drawing lines in the sand and finding my own time. This whole year it's been the strangest year. I think it's been the strangest year I've ever lived in my life. And I'm constantly trying to catch up with where I am and what I'm feeling and who I am and what is happening, what am I going through, and being honest with myself, being honest with the people around me, and all that. So I want to mention this. I have an older phone. Well, I'm filming on my iPhone 11, and I've used this phone so heavy since 2019. And I'm going to be getting an iPhone. My hope is to get an iPhone 14. The first chance I get to sit down at the laptop and order it from AT&T, which means I just need to do it. And I'm always doing something else. So I just need to do it because I really need to do an upgrade. So I'm having trouble with voice message over on Facebook Messenger. So when people send me a voice message, I'm only getting the first maybe upwards of 5 minutes, and then it just cuts off, and I can't get beyond that. So I'm missing a lot of messages, and I'm going through my list of friends and letting them know that if you could type out your message to me until I can get my other phone. I don't know whether it's because I have so many messages on or a lot of pictures, or I'm not sure what. But anyway, over the past couple days, I've had trouble with my phone. Also, on my Facebook itself, because I've always said I'm not a big Facebook fan, I have 25 Facebook friends. That's it. And I have 25 because yesterday I had 26 and I had to block someone. Not that I wanted to block someone, but it got to a point where I felt like the way I was being talked to just wasn't necessary. It just wasn't. And I can only take so much, you know. So hopefully things will calm down in that area, and the situation can be, you know, repaired if I want it to be, and hopefully it can be and all that. But I don't need to be beat up, so to speak, you know. And that's kind of how I felt like what was going on yesterday. But so I had to throw up a block, and I took away a couple of comments from yesterday because I try to look at comments as that everybody, you know, everybody's reading comments. So when you put a comment out, it's not just you reading your comment or me, it's everybody who's on there. Most everybody goes to the comments and reads comments. And so I'm trying to look at how everybody is taking the comments. So if something's put out there that just hits a nerve or just isn't necessary for what we're all going through in the world right now, I just remove it. You know, I just remove it. And I just let it at that. So what I was saying yesterday, and I don't know if I made my point or not, but I did talk to a lot of people on Messenger yesterday, like literally every single person that I could get to yesterday, except 2 that I couldn't get to, I sent messages to. And that was because of the time zone. I didn't want to send a message at a ridiculous time zone and wake someone up. But I did explain that since getting into a relationship, I found I was having a hard time finding a balance with my time. And I was feeling that, like I was feeling the missing doing my videos. I was feeling the missing connecting with my friends over on Messenger. And everybody that's over there is so important to me, or they wouldn't be on my Messenger. They just wouldn't be. And it is important for me to check in and say, oh, how are you doing? And so if a day or a day and a half goes by, or 2 days, and I haven't done that, I feel it emotionally, you know? So just to give an example of what I feel like I've been going through, and you know what I'm doing to fix that is, one, I just drew a line in the sand or across the kitchen floor, so to speak, to say that this time is important to me and I need it and I want it, and it's, you know, it's a must. And having time to talk to my friends privately, because whatever is said in Messenger stays in Messenger. It's kind of like that Las Vegas thing, you know. You guys gotta make some iced coffee. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Before I show you what I want to show you, I'm just trying to think, did anything happen big in my life that is going to make a difference to anybody? And I really don't think that it has at this point. Other than if you go on my Facebook, you'll see that I've cleared my Facebook. I have 1 post on there, and that's very typical for me. I put stuff on Facebook, I leave it on there for about 3 months, give or take, and then I clear it away. It's my Marie Kondo way of clearing up my Facebook. That's just me. I've been like that forever. It's the OCD part of me, and when a whole lot of stuff gets on there, it's too much, I clear it away, I start fresh. Clean slate. So, I have a visual for you guys to try and help you understand what things have been like for me. So excuse the fact that I have a McDonald's cup, but I don't have a clear cup. I just have a whole bunch of McDonald's cups, and that's all right. So before Sky got sick, my cup was empty, but not in a bad way. You know, my cup was empty. I just did house stuff and things like that. So I wasn't like overwhelmed or anything, but this is how I felt like my life was going. And then Sky got sick. See where this is going? And my cup got full. It got really full. It got full of the anxiety, the physical pain that I was in, the physical pain he was in, the emotional pain I was in, the emotional pain he was in. My cup was so full of worry and what if thinking on both of our parts. My cup was full knowing that I was going to lose him. My cup was full of tears. It was full of, oh God, what now? Like all of that. So I had a full cup for a very long time. Didn't have time to think clearly, didn't have time to breathe at all. Constantly, every day, full cup, taking care of him, trying to take care of me, trying to get everything done. Okay, didn't have a minute to myself. Then he dies. I'm back to the empty cup. He was gone. In a blink, my life went from the full cup to nothing. There was just nothing. There was just empty space, 24/7. With me trying to figure out how I was going to fill my cup. What was I going to do? How was I going to survive? How was I going to be? What what's this going to feel like in a month or 2 months or 3 months or a year? After as many years as I took care of him. And I'm sitting in this empty apartment like this. Like, what do I do, right? And then I decided to go on a dating site. And I meet someone. And my cup gets full again. New person, new emotions, new feelings, busy days, thinking things through, making decisions for myself with a new partner. My days became very full, very busy. It's where I left no time for me at all. My cup was too full of things that had everything to do with everything but me. I just wanted to make sure everybody around me was okay and was loved and that I was doing the right thing. But there was no me in this cup at all. So then I got to the point where I had to go back to start and had to empty that cup of taking care of everybody else and realizing that I needed to start from scratch and I needed to tell the people around me what was really important to me and what I needed for me. Because if my cup is not full, my emotional cup is not full for me, I can't be there for anyone. So I had to start from scratch, right? Which is exactly what I did. Isn't this fun? So my emotional cup is full now. I know, so cliche. But this is me now. This is not about my son. This is not about my new partner. This is now about me. Because if I don't do this for me first and foremost, and make sure that I have what I need, I can't be anything to anyone, right? Anyone. And with as hard as it can be to say to the people that you love or that are around you, hey, I just need this time for me, it's so necessary because you get lost in the shuffle. When you get lost in the shuffle, the people that are around you that you've created and they've created with you, my circle, my people, my friends, you guys who were with me from the get-go, when you saw me falling apart day after day after day after day, when I didn't know what was going to happen to me, where I was going to go, watching me call agencies and giving you updates and you guys being there for me and like, just hang on, you got this. We'll go through this with you. And the importance of that was monumental and is monumental and remains monumental. So, and that goes for everybody that was over on Messenger with me. Even when there's a push-pull over there, it has to be recognized that I'm human too. And I don't talk to just one person. Just like on my Facebook page itself, I have just 25 people there. I'm not a 485 person Facebook lady. I'm not. I'm never going to be. The people that are over there are people that I know care about me and want the best for me, and the same back to you guys. So, and it's the same way over on Messenger. I have some people on Messenger that are not on my Facebook. Maybe they don't have Facebook or don't have friend requests open or just have their own circle, and that's perfectly okay. But who I talk to on Messenger are we go back and forth to build each other up, keep each other standing, help each other get through the night, get through the days, get through the pain, get through the worry, get through the wonder, the what if thinking that we go through. Whether we're a widow or a widower, whether we've gone through a divorce, whether we're single, whether we're 20 or we're 40 or we're 60 or we've just been diagnosed with some god-awful disease, or we can't afford to buy groceries, or we don't know what's going to happen next, and it doesn't matter. Trust me when I say we're all going through something. And it's not pleasant somethings. We all have something over here that's not pleasant. And we're going through it. And going through it alone, it just is a shit show when you're going through it alone. When you're going through it and you know that there are 10 people that you can reach out to, and you can say, hey, I just need to talk for a minute, they're there. And you guys know the same about me. Because these things are not easy to go through alone. They're just not. And thank God for iced coffee. I can't tell you how many times my iced coffee has gotten me through some of the hardest moments in my life. So from the beginning of 2024, when Sky was his sickest, to his death and his rebirth. And for those of you who are new and you're like, what are you talking about? Sky was my partner for 13 and a half years. He was 71 when he passed on into his rebirth. He was is a Soto Zen Buddhist. I am a Soto Zen Buddhist. And in that philosophy, we have a rebirth. So there is no such thing as death. There is a rebirth. I say death and dying because people can relate to that more than what we follow in Buddhism. So I use my words in a general form so that everybody can understand what I'm talking about. So he's living his next life, and he had a lot of good karma as he went through his life. And so I know he's living a good life, and he has come back to me and shown me he's okay in so many forms, in so many ways, with so many people. I mean, it's amazing how many times Sky has shown up to say, you know, let Poet know I'm okay, or Poet, I'm okay. I want you to be okay. And what he wants from me is to just is to keep living. Sky does not want me to die because he died and did a rebirth. It's not my time for a rebirth. My time's going to come. Your time's going to come. Guaranteed. It's the one thing you're not going to get out of, you know. We can get out of like busy parking lots, and we can get out of a really bad job or a bad marriage, but we can't get out of death. So what are you going to do with your time? So for me, aside from my iced coffee, which I'm sorry, you got to try iced coffee. You need to have your emotional cup filled. I just kept thinking about this over the last couple of days. Like, I was feeling a whole bunch of angst. And I started to get panicky. I'm like, what's going on with me? What's wrong? Why am I feeling this need to hibernate and stay away from everyone that's in my life? I was feeling just that way. And I knew there was something going on with me. And I knew it was because I had just removed myself, because I immersed into the new relationship and gave that 120% of who I am. But that wasn't necessary. I don't need to give 120% into this new relationship. This new relationship is ebbing and flowing so nicely at me at 100%. Okay, him, he is 100%. And he is amazing. And I can say that. And I can say that with a smile on my face. He is amazing. And he's amazing with me and to me and for me. And I have a guardian angel watching out for me, because between Mother Nature and the universe and Sky, I was sent the best. I was sent the best. So I'm able to say to him, I need my time. Whether it's an hour or a day or whatever, I need my time so that I can clear everything in my head, you know. And so far, he hasn't run out of the door screaming. So far. But we're kind of new in this, rolling into 5 weeks, and everyone said it wouldn't last, you know. So just no matter what you're going through, make sure your emotional cup is full of you, for you, with you, about you, first and foremost. Because we can go through a whole day taking care of everybody around us, and taking care of the house, and taking out the trash, and paying the bills, and making sure there's groceries, and doing all that. And we never stop to think, are we okay? Did we get a shower? Did we brush our hair? Did we put some lipstick on? Did we do our nails? Was there anything done for us, by us, right? And that's what we need to do. So do that, man or woman, no matter who you are. Don't put yourself last. Don't do that. Stop that behavior. So it only takes me a few minutes to go over to Messenger and say, hey, are you okay? You know, like right now, my voice messenger is funky. I said that. So I'm not catching all of everybody's message. I'm getting these couple minutes. Absolutely, I've got to get a new phone because my phone is like, it's had it. So between now and the end of the weekend, I will have a new phone. I will get it ordered. I've been saying this for months and I keep putting it off, but I can't anymore because I don't want to miss anything that you guys put out to me. So if for a little while, if you send me a message, if you could still hit the speaker button, and it will type out what you talk. You don't have to use the voice microphone. You can use the typing microphone so that you don't have to type it all out, but it'll type out for you. And don't worry about typos or grammar or anything. I can figure out what you're telling me for a little while until I can get this phone issue straightened out. So I'm going to go. 21 minutes is exactly a short one for me, but things are going really well here. Things are going really well in my life. I'm finding that balance because I needed to. Because if I didn't, I would have just needed to shut down everything in my life. And I don't want to do that. So, having Sky really sick and then having Sky pass away and going into his rebirth, and then me spending 6 months here on my own for the first time ever in my life, and I'm in my 66th rotation around the sun. I had 6 months to look at all parts of what it felt like to be on my own, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. And there were parts of it that I loved, and there are a lot of people who love living alone and love being alone, and they're perfectly content with that. And I am so happy for you. And there are other people who just want a companion, somebody to go out to dinner with, and that's fine too. And there are others like me, well, I want a relationship, like 24/7, year-round. I want that person in my life. That's me. So emotionally, I've been like this, and it's just September. I'm constantly playing catch up with my emotions, and the only thing that's kept me going is I know this. I know in my heart that Sky is okay. And if I felt for 1 minute that he wasn't okay, this would be harder. And if the person that I'm in this relationship with wasn't as good as he is, I would have said goodbye a lot, there wouldn't even have been a second hello. So that makes this a whole lot easier for me, because he is as wonderful as I'm saying he is. So somebody was looking out for me. So I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to go about my day. I'm going to head over to Messenger a little bit later and see what's going on over there. Again, if you could type out your message for a little while until I can figure out why I'm only getting part messages. As a matter of fact, I think I'll Google that and see if I can get an answer as to why the messages are cutting off at about the 5-minute mark. And no matter how many times I restart you guys, I can't get past that 5-minute mark. So I'll see what I can do. So throw some comments in. Let me know what you do, if anything, to fill the emotional cup. And have you ever even realized that you have an emotional cup and you need one and you need to fill it? Because you're probably just dragging around just an empty one. So don't do that anymore to yourselves. I'm going to go inch by inch. We got this. We can do it. We'll do it together, right? Even though there's a distance, we can still do it together.